What's up? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a print-on-demand website like this. A print-on-demand site is basically an apparel website where you design the products and run your online store, but you never have to keep or ship any product yourself. So you can just focus on creating a brand and making a passive income. My name is Dale McManus from Create a Pro Website, and I'll be showing you how to create this print-on-demand website step by step, so that by the end you have a fully functional store that's ready to start making sales. In this tutorial, we're going to be using Shopify to create our store. Shopify is the most popular e-commerce platform and it's very beginner friendly. We're also going to be using a site called Printful in order to design the products for our store. I've tested all the top print-on-demand websites and found that Printful is not only the easiest to use, but also has the best margins for making more money for each product that you sell. I'll also be showing you how to integrate both Shopify and Printful so that they work together seamlessly. With Printful, you can design all types of shirts, such as t-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies, and even all over shirts, where your design can take up as much of the shirt as you want. You can also design hats, pants, shorts, laptop sleeves, phone cases, face masks, and much more. And I'll be showing you how to design these as well as tips on how to create the best designs for your brand. I'll also be showing you how to design your store using Shopify, as well as how to create coupon codes for special discounts on your products, how to get a custom domain name for your store, and how to manage your orders so that you know everything you need to run your store like a pro. So let's get started. Step number one is to create a Shopify account. To create a Shopify account, just click on the very first link in the description or go to createaprowebsite.com/Shopify. And this is my affiliate link, so I do receive a commission whenever you use it, but it's at no expense to you and just helps fund these free tutorials that I'm putting here on YouTube. And Shopify gives you a 14-day free trial so that you can get started with designing your store at no cost. So to get started, just go ahead and put your email in here to start your free trial. And then just click on Start Free Trial. And just put in a password. And then your store name. And then create your store. And then now it's just going to ask you a few questions, so you can just go ahead and fill these out real quick. Are you already selling? We're just going to say, I am not selling products yet. Do you have something to sell? We're going to say, yes, I have a product and I'll be ready to launch in a few weeks. What is your current revenue? We can just say $0, I'm just getting started. And which industry will you be operating in? And we're just going to say clothing for this tutorial. And we are not setting up for a client, so I'm not going to check this box. And then just click on Next. And then just fill out your information here. And this is so that you can get paid. And then just enter my store. And now here we are inside of the Shopify dashboard. And I will be coming back to this in a few minutes. But first, we're going to move on to step number 2, which is to create a Printful account. So to create a Printful account, you can just click on the second link in the description, or you can just go up to a new tab and type in createaprowebsite.com/Printful. And here we are on the Printful website. So what we're going to do is just click on Start Selling. And then we're just going to sign up with email. So I'll just put in my information. And then just agree to Printful's terms, and then sign up. And then it's just going to ask you what you'd like to do with Printful. So we're going to come down here to Start My First E-commerce Business. And then just click Finish. And here we are inside the Printful dashboard. So the first thing that we're going to do, and you see that they just give you these little steps here, is we're going to confirm your email. And it's just going to say that they sent a confirmation email to my email. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my email and confirm that. And if you don't see it right away, just give it a few minutes and it should show up. Okay, so after a couple minutes, the email showed up. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on it. And then just confirm email address. Cool, so now our email address was confirmed. And we can just close out of these two windows up here, keep things clean. And now step number 3 is to connect your Shopify store to Printful. And we're going to be doing this through an app on Shopify. So I'm just going to go click on Shopify to go back to my Shopify dashboard. And I'm just going to click on apps. And then we're just going to go up here and click on visit the Shopify App Store. And then just choose your account. And for search apps, we're just going to type in Printful. And then you'll see Printful Print on Demand right here. So we're just going to go ahead and click on that. And then we're just going to click on Add App. And then it's just going to tell you that everything that Printful will be able to do with your Shopify store. So you're going to want to leave all of this the way that it is and just click on Install App. And then it's going to ask you if you want to create a new Printful account, but we've already made one, so we're just going to go ahead and sign in. And this is your Printful sign in. And then just click on sign in. And then just say connect store to your shop. And you can go ahead and close out of this other Shopify window now that we've got our new one here. Okay, so now we can move on to step number 4, which is to create your products. So let's just head on over to Printful. And from here, we're going to click on Add Your Products right here. And wherever you see your store, you'll see Add Product. Just go ahead and click on that. And here you can see all of the different types of products that you can create. You've got men's clothing, women's, kids, accessories, hats, all sorts of stuff. And you can see them also here in this left-hand menu. So I'm just going to start with something simple like a t-shirt. So I'm going to go to men's clothing. And you can just go to all shirts, or you could pick, jackets, tank tops, whatever you want, but I'm going to click on t-shirts. And here you're going to want to select a shirt. So what you're going to want to do is pick one that has really good reviews and also has high ratings. So this bestseller right here from Bella Canvas is going to be the one that I go with. And what you're basically doing is just picking your seller. So this is actually going to be the manufacturing company that's making it. So this one's got great reviews, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this one. And I also like this one because it has tons of color options here as well. And you can pick whether you want to do printing or embroidery, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with printing. And you can select the shirt color here if you want to. And you'll also want to select all of the colors of the shirt that you want to be available on your store. So I'm definitely going to do black. I will do something like a white as well. But you can pick any amount of colors that you want. But I'm just going to stick with black and white right now. And then you can also come down here and select the sizes that you want to be available on your store. So instead of doing all sizes, let's just say that I want to do maybe small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL, as well as extra small. And then if we come up here, you can see that you can put a design on the front of the shirt. You can click on back here, and you can put it on the back of the shirt. You've got outside label, inside label. So the outside label is going to be just underneath the neck right here. You've got inside, as well as left sleeve and right sleeve. So what I'm going to do is just go over to front. And I'll also be showing you shortly how to create what's called an all-over t-shirt. So something where you can put a design pretty much anywhere on it. But right now I'm going to start with something simple like this. So what you can do is just click on drop your design here. And here is where you can upload the design that you want to put on your shirt. Now, if you haven't created a design that you want to put on your shirt yet, you've got like 3 different options that I highly recommend. So if you've never designed one before, my number 1 recommendation is just to do Fiverr. So you can just go over to a new tab and type in fiverr.com, and you can find designers that will design these for you. So if you've got a little bit of extra cash to spend, this is what I recommend because you can find professional designers on Fiverr. So you can just type in t-shirt design. And up here you can sort by budget, and you can sort by your delivery time, and you can just pick a designer that you want to create your designs. So you can see that they're actually pretty affordable. $30, $25, this is Fiverr's choice. You've got $5 here, and these are starting prices, so a lot of them will tack on extra stuff if you want more of a, in-depth design. But I recommend checking out Fiverr if you don't want to do any of the designing yourself. Now, if you do want to design them yourself, there's a couple different options. So what I really like is we can just go up to a new tab and go to canva.com. And this is a service where you can actually create these designs. And you can do the free version or the pro. I recommend if you're going to create a lot of t-shirt designs, just to pay for the pro. But if you want to use Canva, you can just go over to prints, and you could just select t-shirt. And this is what you can use to design your t-shirts. So you've got some templates here. You can see we've got the different categories and we're under templates. And you can literally just select one of these and just replace the text and the colors and whatever you want to do. So this makes it really easy to create designs because they've already got them built for you. And then you can also go over to elements and you can create your own designs from scratch by using their elements. And this is things like shapes and stickers and graphics and things like that that you can just search for. And then you can also add text by going over to text. And they've got some sample text here as well. So whatever you put on here, you can just replace the text and it's going to maintain these same styles, which is really cool. Or you can start from complete scratch by just adding a heading. So just to show you, I will start with one of these templates. Now I'm going to choose this one, but I want to change my background first to be black so that I can actually see that text. So I'm going to click on this little button up here and I'll just go to black and then just close out of it. And I'll just select this one. And then all you really have to do is just double click and you can change the text. And if you want to change the size of the font, you can just highlight the whole thing and come up here to the font size. And we'll just bring this down to maybe like a 104 or so. And then you can also change the font family up here as well if you want to change what the font looks like. And they've just got a list of all sorts of awesome ones here that you can choose from, as well as the color and everything else. So this is a great way to get started with making designs. Now if you were to export this right now with the free version of Canva, it's going to come with this black background or whatever background color that you chose. But if you want, you can just come up here to download, and then you can see you can check transparent background. And it's got this little crown symbol, which means that you would have to sign up for Canva Pro. So whenever you click on that, it's going to say sign up to Canva, and you'll get a free trial and everything so that you can give it a shot. But that is the way to get the background to be transparent so that you can put this over any t-shirt. And with Canva Pro, you get a lot more options with these templates and elements and all sorts of stuff. But also, the other thing that I like to do, which is option number 3, is Photoshop. So we'll just come up to a new tab and we'll just type in Adobe Photoshop. And we'll just click on this first one here. And here is where you can download Photoshop. Now this is going to be about $20 a month, but I've been using Photoshop since 2008 and I love Photoshop. There's great tutorials on YouTube to learn how to use it, and that's what I use to create my designs. Now it's just going to depend on what you're comfortable with. This is my favorite option, but there's also a 4th option in case you don't like any of these, and you can just come up to a new tab and type in logomaker.com, and that's logomaker without the e.com. And we're just going to say create a new design, and I'll just do something really rough just to show you. It's a really easy online logo maker. So you can just come up here and search for whatever graphics you want. So I could say something like a mouse pointer. Let's say I'm doing something for Create a Pro website and I wanted a mouse pointer. I can just type that in and just get thousands and thousands of different mouse pointer logos. And you can do this with everything. And there's different categories up here as well. So if I wanted, I could just select one of these, like let's say this one. And that'll drop it in, and I can just scale it up by dragging on the corner. I can also add text if I want, so I'm just going to drag this down, and I can just click on the T for text, and then I can just type in whatever my brand is. And you can change the font up here and the font category, so I could just select any sort of font that I want. And then you can change the color over here as well, so you can do black or white, or with this outside circle, you can change to any different hue. So if I wanted to do that, you could just design a logo in here, and it's pretty quick and simple, and it's really easy to use. And you can combine different elements to create brand new logos that are completely unique. But once you've got a design done, you can just come up here to the Save button, and it'll ask you if you want to buy the high resolution image for $19. And you can also do the free version just by clicking on no thanks, download the low resolution file, but this file is going to be too low to be for print. You're not going to want to put this on a t-shirt because it might come out blurry with pixelated edges, and it's not going to look very good. So I recommend buying the high resolution file. Now, if you're going to spend $19 on one design, you're going to have to spend that all over again on a new design, which is why I recommend going with Canva Pro or Photoshop. So Canva Pro is about $15 a month, and Photoshop is about $20 a month. But you've got a few different options. Now, I've already designed some designs to put on these t-shirts, so I'm going to go ahead and just close out of all of these. I just wanted to show you all the different options that you have. So let's go ahead and upload one of the designs. So I'm going to click on Upload. And then I'm just going to agree to these terms, click Accept. And then I'm just going to grab my designs. So I'll start with this one for now and click on Open. And whenever you create designs, you're going to want to go with the highest resolution that you can. So whether you make it in Canva or Photoshop, or you get somebody on Fiverr to do it, you're going to want to make sure it's a pretty big file, like 5,000 pixels by 5,000 pixels. But I recommend going as high as possible. You could even do 10,000 if you wanted to. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Choose. And it just put my design in here. So you can actually scale it up or down by clicking on the corner and dragging up or down. And you can move it up or down if you want to. So if you want it a little bit higher on the shirt, you can do that. So I'm going to put it somewhere around there. And then you can also add a logo to the back or the outside label or one of the sleeves if you want to. And you can just do a different one for each of these categories if you want to. But for now, I'm just going to stick with this just to show you. And you can also see what that's going to look like on black if you click black. So that blue color works on both. So I'm definitely going to keep this. And you've got a few different ways of editing it. You can rotate the logo. You can choose the alignment. You can flip the logo however you want. But it's pretty simple to work with. So I recommend just getting a good design, putting it on there, and you can kind of see what this mock-up is going to look like. So let's go ahead and proceed to media. And here is where you're going to choose the mock-up that's going to be displayed on your store. So right now I've got this white as the main mock-up image. I could do black if I wanted and make that my main mock-up. And you've got different ones here. You've got women's, couples. You can choose these lifestyle ones that include photos in the back if you want to. But I'm going to go with something simple like the men's mock-ups and just do the black. So now I'm just going to go down here to proceed to details. And here is where you can edit the information that's going to be displayed on your store whenever somebody clicks on this product. So you can choose your language, you can edit the product title. So I'll change this to something like create a pro website unisex t-shirt, something like that. You can edit the description however you want. I recommend keeping a lot of this stuff in here because it does actually explain what the actual t-shirt is made out of, and it's very helpful. But you can go ahead and just add things to it if you want to, but I'm not going to waste your time by typing a bunch of randomness in here. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that and just come down here. And you can choose to include the size guide, which I recommend. You can choose the size measurement systems, so imperial or metric if you want to. And it's got the sizes right here. And then you can put in a tag. So this is just going to be helpful for categorizing products on your store. So I'll just say t-shirt. And then you can add this product to a collection. So what I'm going to do is add it to the home page. That way it displays on my home page. But I am going to show you how to create new collections so that you can filter products on your home page or anywhere within your store and display certain collections of products that you choose. And I'll also come back to including the free shipping within the product as well in just a minute. But for now, we're going to stick with these, and I'm going to proceed to pricing. And here is where the magic happens. This is where you determine how much money that you want to make off of these shirts. So you can see that Printful's price, this is basically how much it costs to make, is right here. So it's going to be $12.95 to make, and then it's putting in just an automatic retail price of $18, which means you would make a profit of $5. Now if you want this to be higher, you can go up here and just hit the little up arrow, and you can increase that to 10, meaning that your shirt is now going to be sold for $23. But what we want to do is we'll just put in here something like $23.99, and we'll just do that for each of these, just so that it's technically $24, but you know, it looks like a slightly better deal to put 23 on there. Just a little psychological marketing tactic. So we're just going to do that. And we'll put $25.99 for the 2XL because it's a little bit more material to make. And then that way we get a profit of $11 off of each of our shirt sales. Now, it's really up to you how you want to price these. Obviously, the lower pricing that you go, the little bit easier it is for somebody to get off the fence and actually buy. Or if you want to go for more of like a luxury brand, you can price these up and make a higher profit. Now, you might not make quite as many sales. It's just going to depend on the traffic that you're driving to your store, where your following is coming from, how you're running your social media, things like that. It just depends on how you're going to be pushing customers to your store. And this is the price before shipping and taxes. So I will come back and show you including shipping and taxes into this price. But right now, this is before that. So on your store, the shipping and taxes are going to be extra. And I'll show you how much that shipping costs in just a minute. So now we're just going to click on Submit to Store. And cool, now this is adding your first product to your shop. Cool, so now that product was just added. So we can just go ahead and close out of this. And if we just scroll down, you can see the product right here. And this is automatically linked to your Shopify store. So that's going to show up on your store, which I will be getting to designing your store and showing your products in one of the next steps. So now that you know how to create a simple product like this shirt, I'm going to show you how to create what's called an all-over t-shirt. And we're also going to be including shipping on this one as well, so I can show you how to do that. So to do that, just come up here and click on Add Product. And then over here on the left-hand side, you'll see all over shirts, and I'll explain what this means. So let's go ahead and click on it. And an all over shirt basically just means that you can add the logo anywhere to the shirt. So it doesn't have to just be on the front right here, on the chest, or just on the sleeve, or just on the back of the shirt. You can add it anywhere towards the bottom here. The logo can be basically going over the bounds of the shirt, and whatever is actually on the shirt is what's going to be printed. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one because it's got good reviews. We've got a few different sizes. It's about $25 to make. You can select some of these other ones, but these are the best sellers, and I don't really want to do a tank top, so I'm going to go with this one. So first, I'm just going to make sure that I've got all the sizes that I want, which looks like this is all the sizes that they do for this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. And then we'll just make sure that we turn the stitch color to white, because we're going to do a white shirt for this one. So now I'm just going to go ahead and click on Drop Your Design here. And I'm just going to go over to Upload. And I'm going to select the logo that I want to put on it. I'm just going to do the circle logo in blue and click on Open. And then I'll just click Choose. So as you can see, now we've got this little shirt mock-up here, and you can see that the logo can kind of go anywhere. It can go across the neck here and kind of beyond the bounds of the shirt. So if you wanted to just kind of put part of the logo here, maybe something like that, then you can do that and it will print over the entire shirt instead of just one individual little section. So what I'll do is just kind of bring this down a little bit, maybe something like that. I'm just going to kind of eyeball this one a little bit, and I will just kind of put this in the corner like that. And let's say I want to print it there. Now what I can also do is just click on the back, and I will just click on Drop Your Design here again and select that logo again. So now you can see that we put the logo on the back, and what I want it to do is just kind of continue onto the back of the shirt. So I'm just going to scale this down a little bit, and I will just put it right around here where I want the rest of that logo to kind of bleed into the back of the shirt. And now what we'll do is just click on Mockup View right here. And it's going to process that and put together a mock-up of what the shirt's going to look like. So there you can see we've got this awesome all-over shirt where the logo can kind of go anywhere, which is really cool. Now on the back, it's really only coming in on the side here, so you're really not going to see it much on the back. But if you wanted, you could have the whole logo bleed onto the back as well and do it really big. You could cover the whole shirt if you wanted to. but all over shirts look really cool. So for the back, what I'm going to do instead is just to put the logo maybe up here at the neck or down here at the bottom of the shirt, maybe a different logo. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go back over to File View. So instead, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the little back end of this logo here, and I'm going to just put in a new logo. So I'm going to go over here to Upload, and I'm going to select a simple logo like this one, the long logo, and click Open. And then I'll just click on Choose. And then what I'm going to do is just scale it down, so you can use this little bar here to scale your logo down. And then I'll just kind of manually do it for the rest. So I could put this logo maybe real small, like right up at the top behind the neck, or I could put it down at the bottom, make it a little bit bigger. I kind of like right behind the neck. So I'm going to do something like that. And then we can go back over to mockup view and see what this is going to look like. Cool, so now you can see we've got the whole logo over the front, and then we've also got the logo there on the back of the neck as well. So I like this one, so what I'm going to do is just come down here to Proceed to Media. And it's going to say, hey, you haven't uploaded anything for the left sleeve or the right sleeve. I'm going to say, that's okay, just continue. I don't really want to put anything on those. And then for this section, it's going to say that it doesn't have a mock-up preview for you to use, but that's okay. It will actually load. So we're just going to go ahead and keep the general mock-ups that they give us here. And we're just going to proceed to details. And again, this is where you can edit all of the information. So I'll say something like men's all over t-shirt. And then you can edit the description as well if you'd like to. And again, as well as the size guide and everything else. And you can put in tags and a collection. So I'm going to add this to the home page as well. And again, I'll show you how to create new collections. And for the tags, I'm just going to say all over t-shirt. And then I'm going to come down here and click on Display My Product with Free Shipping. And then we're going to say Proceed to Pricing. And this is now going to include the shipping of the product in the product itself. So then you just want to adjust your markups. And whenever you're including shipping in the product itself, if you just go to printful.com/shipping, you can see that these are the standard shipping rates for the various items. So shirts are $3.99. All over shirts are going to be $3.99 as well, and hoodies, jackets, pants are going to be $6.50, and then face masks are going to be $3.99 as well. So these are the standard shipping rates, so make sure that you adjust your margins to include these. And that's if you're including shipping in the product. If not, then these will be tacked on whenever the customer gets to the checkout page, which is totally okay too. It just depends on how you want to run your store. So if the shipping is included, I could just take that on as the seller, and maybe I want to make my margins a little less. Let's say I want to make more like $8 or something like that on this product instead of the usual 10. You can just go ahead and edit these values here. So I could say something maybe like, I don't know, $34.99 or maybe $33.99. Something like that. So you just want to go ahead and change all of these. And for the 2XL, I did $34.99 just because it's a little bit extra material, so it costs a little bit more to make, which you can see here. It goes from $25 up to $27. So once that's all done, we can just go ahead and click on Submit to Store. And if we scroll down, you can see that that is now adding that to our store. And you can see that our mockup was just updated as well. And you don't have to just do shirts. You can do hoodies and laptop sleeves and hats and even masks nowadays. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and create a few more products real quick so that I can speed this up and we can move on to designing your store. Okay, so I went ahead and made a few more products like some hats. I've got a backpack, face mask, men's and women's hoodies, things like that. So now we can move on to step number 5, which is to design your store. So in order to do that, we're just going to go back over to Shopify. And if you go to your store here and just click on the little eyeball to see what it looks like, it'll show you a preview. And right now our store is very basic because we haven't actually put anything in it yet. So it's just kind of filled with, display images. And we need to go through and replace all this and add our products here to the home page as well. So let's go ahead and do that just by closing out of this. And we'll go back over to Shopify. And we'll just click on Online Store right here. And you can see that we're on themes right now. And our current theme is the Debut theme, which is the one that I recommend using. Now, if you do want to change your theme, you can scroll down here and go to Free Themes, or you can shop the Shopify theme store. But you can just click on Explore Free Themes. And you can see a little preview of what each of the themes look like. And you can choose a new one if you want to. But the current one you can see here is the Debut theme, and I think it's a great theme to start with. So we're going to go ahead and close out of this and stick with the Debut theme. So in order to customize your store, we're just going to click on Customize right here. And you can see over here, this is where you can edit each of the sections that are on our site. So if we scroll down, each of these sections that we're hovering over right now are all in here. So Featured Collection is right here. So if you want to edit any one of these, you can just go ahead and click on it. So I'm going to just start at the top here with our main hero section, and I'm just going to click on this that says Image with Text Overlay. And here we can select a new image. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. And I'm just going to upload an image. And you can also explore free images by clicking on this tab. But I've already got some images created that I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Upload an Image. And I'm going to grab Banner 1. Now, I made these images in Photoshop, but you can use anything that you want in order to create them, or you can go to Fiverr and have somebody design one for you. And now at first glance, it kind of puts the image in here, and it's kind of cutting off a lot of the image itself. So we can actually edit that. So I'm just going to click on Select. And the first thing I want to do is adjust the section height. So I'm going to go over to Section Height and change it from large to extra large. And now you can see a bit more of the image in here. I've got kind of this green and orange down here, and this looks a lot better and really shows off the products really well. And if you want to change the text, you can just go over here to Heading, and you can write whatever you want just by triple clicking. So I could just say something like New Products on Sale, something like that. And then you can also change the text down here as well, which is kind of the subheading text. And this is just going to be one banner. Now, what I want to do instead of using just this one banner is I want to create sort of a slideshow banner that's got 3 of them included. So what I'm actually going to do is just hit the back button. And then I'm just going to come down here to Add Section. And now we can put in a new section and drag it up to the top. So I want to do a slideshow. So I'm going to click on Slideshow. And that's now going to add that in. So I'm just going to say Select. And for the content, I'm just going to go to the first image slide. And I'm going to select that image again. And just say Select. And then I'll just go back. And I'm going to go to the second image slide. And I'll upload a new one. So I'll go to Select Image. And I'll upload a new banner. So I've got Banner 1, Banner 2, and Banner 3. So I'm going to select Banner 2. And then just say Select. And then back again, and I'll do the third banner. So I'm going to add an image slide, and then select that third banner. And I created these images just by taking some pictures of my team here at Creator Pro website. This is Levi, and we've got Josh, and then put the logos over their shirts. And the other thing that you could do is actually create the shirts and order some for yourself and for your friends, and then go out and just take some pictures that you can use on the site. But I'm going to go ahead and select this one. And then just go back again. And from here, I actually don't want to have the text over top of this dark overlay. I want this whole image to be shown as clear as possible. So what I'm going to do is actually uncheck Show Overlay. And that will get rid of the black overlay, so the image is a lot more clear now. And then what I'll do is actually just go into each one of these image slides and just delete the heading text. Let's say I don't really want to put anything on this one. So I'll go over to the next one, go to the second one. I'll come down here, delete this heading and this one just to get rid of all the text. And then I'll go to the third image slide and I will delete the heading and the subheading on this one as well, because I just want the images, just like that. And for the slide height, you can adapt it to the first image, or you can just do small, medium, or large. So large will actually kind of cut off a little bit of it, so I'm actually going to adapt to the first image. And you can change how often these slides rotate. I've got it at 5 seconds, and I think that's pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that. So we're just going to go back, and we can actually move this whole section up to the top now. So what we're going to do is just grab these little 6 dots, and we're just going to click and drag and bring that all the way up to the top. So now this is our main hero section, and we can actually get rid of this one. So you can either just hit the little eyeglass symbol right here, and that will just hide it, or you can actually just go click on it, and then just click on the little 3 dots, and you can just click on remove section. There we go. So now we've got our main hero section up here with a little slider that will go through all of our banners, which has some product mockups on it. So what we're going to do first is actually delete a few sections that we don't want. So I'll keep this image with text here, but I'm going to delete this section here. We're going to keep the featured collection in this image, but we're going to delete this gallery down here as well. So again, you can just click on the little eyeball symbol and that'll get rid of it, or you can just click on the gallery, come up here to the 3 dots, and just say remove section. And I'll also get rid of this text columns one, and we'll just come up here to the 3 dots and remove section. Just like that. And I think the sections that we have are going to work pretty well. We can actually get rid of testimonials as well. If you want to keep it, you can get some feedback on your products and put these in here. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. Just like that. So we're going to start with the featured collection here. So I'm going to show you how to display some products on your homepage. So we're going to go ahead and click on the featured collection section. And I'm just going to select a new collection. And right now, the only collection we have is homepage. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And I will show you how to create new collections as well. But whenever we select homepage, as long as whenever you are creating your products in the Printful store and you mark them as the homepage collection, they're all going to show up here on the homepage, which looks really good. So I'm going to click on select. And you can change the amount of products per row and the amount of rows that you want, but I've got 8 products here currently, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it because I think it looks really nice. And you can also change the heading, so you could change this from featured collection to maybe newest products, like that. And you can see it also displays all of the pricing on here as well, and whenever somebody clicks on one of these, it will take them to the item on the shop page, which is really cool. So I'm just going to select the back button, and we'll go to image with text. And we're just going to edit this section. Maybe we'll just put in like maybe one of our flagship products, maybe one of our best shirts. So I'm going to go over to select image, and I'm going to upload a new one. And I've just got a little mock-up of the Allover shirt. I'm going to say open, which looks good. So I'm going to say select. And then I'm going to go over here and change the heading text to something like that. And then I'll go ahead and just put in some text down here for the subheading. Cool. And now you can also add a button to this as well. So let's say that they want to go check out that shirt. I could just say something like shop, like that. And then for the button link, we can just go ahead and click in here, and we can select where we want to go. So I'm going to go over to products, and I'm going to go to that Allover t-shirt right here. And now that's going to put a little shop button that will take them to that shirt, which is really cool. Then you can also change the alignment as well by going to image alignment, and you can put this on the right if you wanted to, or the left. But I'm going to go ahead and just leave it on the left. And then we'll just go back. And we're also going to come down here to image with text overlay, which is this section down here at the bottom. So I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to select a new image. And I'm just going to select one of these other banners that we have. So I'm going to maybe select this one with the 2 of them like that, and say select. And for the section height, I'm going to change that to adapt to image, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and change the heading, and then as well as the subheading. And I can also add a button to this by just saying shop right here. And then this is where I'd want to link to the new collection. Now, if we go to collections, you can see that we've only got the homepage collection and then just the all collections page. So let me show you how to create a new collection before we actually add this button link in here. So we've got the bulk of our site pretty much built for the homepage, which looks really good. So I'm just going to come up here to save. And then I'm going to come up here to the exit button right here. And then just come down here to products. And then just come down to collections. And then we're just going to come up here to create collection. And here is where you're going to want to put in the title. Now this could be anything. You could do something simple like just hats or shirts or things like that. Or you could do an entire collection for maybe spring. So like the spring collection or the fall collection, whatever you want to do. For here, I'm just going to do something like premium shirts. And then you can add a description, which is optional. And then we can add an image. Now, if you want to grab a good image for this, let me show you a trick. So just go over to Printful. And let's say we want to do shirts. I would just come down here to one of my shirts that I really like and click on this. And then we'll just come down here to the mockup and we're going to click on preview. And then you would just want to download the file. And that's going to download this image right here so that you can use it for your collection. So that just hit my downloads. So I'm just going to close out of that. I've already got it in a folder. So I'm going to go back over to my shop, go over to add image. And then I'm just going to grab that image right here and then click on open. And that's now going to add that image to our collection so that whenever people see the collection on our page, it will be shown with this image, which is really cool. So we can also come down and we can say whether we want this to be an automated collection, which basically is going to use these conditions. So you could say the product tag is going to be equal to, and then you could select maybe like t-shirts. And then that way, any new products that you add and you tag them as t-shirt are going to automatically be added to this collection. And you can set as many of these conditions as you want just by clicking on the add another condition, or you can just do manual. So right now we're going to do manual because we've already got a bunch of products on our store that we're going to add to this collection. But automated is a great way to go as you're creating new products in the future. So for now we're going to stick with manual and click on save. And then here we're just going to come down to products and we're going to search for some products to add to this collection. So I'm just going to type in shirt and I'm going to select both of these shirts and then say add. And now we're just going to come up and we're going to create another collection. And I'll do one more with you just to show you again. So I'll do something like hats. And I'm just going to add an image. And I've got this hat image. So I'll say open, which we got this image from Printful. And then I'm going to say manual, and I'm just going to say save. And then come down here to products, and we're just going to search hats. And I'm just going to grab both of these hat products and add that to the collection. Now I'm going to do one more collection on my own for the hoodies. Cool. So now once you've got all of your collections made, you can see over here that it says to add this collection to your online store's navigation, you need to update your menu. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And we're going to go ahead and click on main menu. And we're just going to click on add menu item. And I'm just going to call this shirts. And then for the link, I'm just going to come over to collections. And I'm going to grab the premium shirts. And then I'm going to say add. I'm going to do the same for hats. So I'll add a menu item. I'll do hats. And then for the link, I'll go to collections. And then grab hats. Add. And then same with hoodies. Add menu item. Hoodies. Link. Collections. And hoodies, and then add. And then just click on save menu. And now we can just come over here and preview our store by clicking on the little eyeball. And now you can see that we've got our collections up here in the menu, which is really cool. And if I were to click on shirts, it's going to take us to where our premium shirts are, which is really cool. Now, the last thing that we're going to do for customizing our store is putting in a logo up here. And I can also show you how to add an announcement bar at the top. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and click the X on this tab, and then come over here to Online Store and just click on that. And then just come over here to Customize. And we're going to go over to Header. And then we're going to go to Logo Image and select a new one. So I'm just going to go to Upload. And then just go to where my logos are. And then just grab the long logo that is in blue. Click on Open. There we go. And then I'm just going to say Select. And it's a little bit small, so we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So to custom logo width, we're just going to bring that up a bit. Maybe somewhere around a 160. I think something like that looks pretty good. Small, but definitely still readable. And then if you come down here, you can go to Show Announcement and just check that. And then you can announce something up here. So you can say something like free shipping on all orders over a certain amount, or something like that. So, or you could say whatever's on sale now. Maybe you've got a new collection that's on sale now. You can put that up there as well. So for this, I'm just going to do free shipping on all orders over $40. Exclamation point, because this is a big deal. And then you can change the bar color by coming down here. And we'll just make that, you could keep black. I think black looks pretty good. Might also do like a blue color. Maybe something like that. I think that looks pretty good. And you can update this anytime that you want. So now I'm just going to click on Save. And the last thing to check as far as designing our homepage is what it's going to look like on mobile. So we're going to go up here to the little desktop looking symbol, and we're going to change that to mobile. And now you can see if we just scroll down, it kind of does look like everything's looking pretty good and doesn't really seem like we need to make a whole lot of changes. But if you needed to make a change, maybe one of these image sizes or something was a little bit off, you can just go ahead and do that. So I'll just show you real quick. If I go back over here to the back button and then just come down here to this banner, I can just change the section height. Maybe I want it to be extra large, and see that's going to change that here, but it's not going to change it on the desktop view. But I think adapt to image looks pretty good, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that. But anything that you change here is not going to change on the desktop view. So if we just go back to desktop, everything is still going to look really nice. But just always make sure that your website is looking great on mobile as well, because over 52% of global online traffic, which is basically just people using the internet, is actually done on a mobile device. So there's actually slightly more people using the internet on their phones than they are on a computer. So you want to make sure that it looks great on both. Okay, so now we can move on to step number 6, which is to create coupon codes. So coupon codes are a great way to get sales flowing immediately after you get your site up. You can send them to friends and family or whatever following that you have and say, hey, the store is just launched. You know, we've got new deals going on to get things moving. Or, you know, if it's Black Friday, you can run Black Friday deals with coupons. So it's really great. So let me show you how to do it. We're just going to click on the little exit button up here. And we're just going to come down to discounts right here. And we're going to create a discount code. Cool. So for this one, I'm going to say the first one's going to be free shipping. And this actually needs to be all one word, just like that, free shipping, all one word. And we're going to come down here to type, so you can do a percentage off an order. So maybe you want to do 20% off any order. You want to do a fixed amount, like $20 off any order, free shipping, or you can do buy this, get this free, something like that. And I'll show you a couple of these, but I'm going to start with free shipping. And I'm just going to say all countries, that's fine. Or if you wanted, you could do selected countries and you could only do maybe like the United States. So I could just type in United States, or sorry, US. and do United States, just like that. Say add, and you could select all the countries that you want to do that for. But for this, I'm just going to do all countries. And you could also exclude certain shipping rates if they're too much. So for certain countries, if the shipping rate is over, maybe $5, you could do that and exclude that here. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as the default for now. And you could say, okay, it's only free shipping for a minimum purchase amount. So we could do minimum purchase amount and say $40, just like that. And then that way, if anyone's got anything under $40, they're not going to get free shipping. So I'm going to leave that the way that it is. And I'm going to say that this is for anyone that's on the store. So I'm going to leave it as everyone. And then you can do the usage limits. So you could limit the amount of times that this can be used. So you could do like 100 in here if you wanted, or you can just limit it to 1 per customer. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to limit it to 1 per customer. And then you can set the dates that you want this coupon code to be active. So let's say I want it to start right now, which is this time in here, and I could set an end date. So I could say I want it to end, maybe if we just click on this, we'll just do, maybe the end of the month, something like that. And it's going to end at 11:59 p.m. And then I'll just save the discount code. And if you want a link in order to send this to people, you can just click on Get Shareable Link, and then you can just copy this link here. And then you can put that on your social media or send it to friends and family, however you want to drive traffic to your store. So now I'm just going to hit the back button. Nope, it's going to say that we haven't saved our changes. So let's go ahead and save that up here. Now I'll just hit the back button and say leave page. And now you can see we've got our free shipping coupon code in here. So let's go ahead and create another one. So I'm going to say create discount. And I'm going to say discount code. And then we'll do, let's say 15% off. So we'll do 15 off. And we're going to leave this as a percentage amount. And then we'll just say discount value is 15%. And this can be all products. And we're going to say this is a minimum purchase amount. And we'll just say maybe 15% off all orders, maybe $30 or more. So they have to have a minimum of $30 in order to get the 15% off. And then we're just going to limit this to 1 per customer. And then you can also set an end date down here as well, but I already showed you how to do that, so I'm just going to go ahead and save the discount code. And then we'll go back and we'll also do maybe $20 off. So we'll just create a discount. Go to discount code. And we're just going to do 20 off. Or we'll do $20 off. Something like that. We'll do a fixed amount. And we're going to say $20. And then for the minimum requirements, we're going to say a minimum purchase amount. And we'll do something like $50. So it has to be $50 or more for them to get $20 off. Or you could do maybe $70. It just depends on what types of products you have on your store and what they're priced at. So I'll just go ahead and leave it at 70. This is eligible for everyone. And I'm also going to limit this to 1 per customer. And then save the discount code. And then we'll just go back. And here you can see we've got all of our discount codes created, which is awesome. Okay, so now we can move on to step number 7, which is to get a custom domain name. So right now you can see that our store is called createaprowebsiteshop.myshopify.com. This really doesn't look that professional. What we want is something like createaproshop.com or something like that. So I'm going to show you how to get that. But first, we're just going to come over here to Online Store. And you can see that right now it says that only visitors with a password can access our online store. And that's because we're using the free trial version of Shopify. So we need to actually select a plan in order to remove this where anybody can come to our shop. And then we'll hook up a domain name to it so that our store is going to look and function professionally. So to do that, just come down here to select a plan right here. And you can see that there's a few different plans here. But honestly, the basic Shopify is the best one to start with. Once you start making a lot more money with your Shopify store, then I recommend going up here to the Shopify plan. But right now, the basic Shopify is going to be the cheapest one and the best one to go with. So we're going to say choose this plan. And you can select your billing cycle. So you could do $30 every month, or if you pay a lot more up front, so you can do 2 years and you can end up saving $138, or the 1 year, you're going to save $36. But for right now, we're just going to try this out. So we're just going to say $29 every 30 days. And then just come down here to add a payment method. So we're going to add a credit card. And once that's in, we're just going to say start plan. But don't worry, you're still going to get the rest of your 14-day trial before this plan becomes active. So you basically get 14 days free. Okay, so now we can go ahead and add a domain name. So right here, we're just going to click on add domain, and we're going to buy a new domain. So right now we've got our current domain, which is .myshopify.com. It doesn't look very good. So let's go ahead and go to buy new domain. And I'm just going to type in createaproshop.com. And you can see that that is available here. And if it's not available, just try altering your search to maybe make it slightly different. I recommend trying to stick to 15 characters or less if possible. Otherwise, you're going to have a really long domain name, which is going to be a lot for people to type in. So I'm going to go with createaproshop.com and just select buy. And we're going to check the auto renew this domain every year. That way, in a year from now, we don't really want our shop to be shut down because our domain doesn't belong to us anymore. So you want to renew this every year, and then just say buy domain for $14. Cool, so now we've got our domain, which you can see the setup is in progress right now. So this may take anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes or so. So just give that a little bit of time. And then you also have to verify your email address within the next 15 days. So an email is going to be sent to your email within the next 24 hours, so just make sure to do that. But no matter what, it's still going to work, but you do need to verify it within the 15 days. So we're just going to give this a few minutes, and we're going to refresh the page, and then this should come up in green. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so we've refreshed the page, and now you can see that it says connected here in green, which is awesome. So we're just going to click on the back button. And you can see here that our primary domain is now this new one that we bought, and the SSL is pending. And the SSL is just this little lock symbol that lets your customers know that, hey, this website is safe and secure. So that's also going to need a few minutes to finish processing. But the store is all functional even without it. Okay, so now step number 8 is to make a test payment. And I'll also show you how to manage your orders in the next step as well. But first, we need to make a test payment because you're going to want some of your own product anyway. So to do that, we're just going to go over to our online store and click on the little eyeball symbol. And you can see our new domain name is actually working up here. And it says not secure because that SSL is still pending. But our new domain name is in there. So let's go ahead and select a product to buy. So I'm going to click on catalog, and that's going to take us to the shop. That's got all of our products in it. So let's say that I want to buy maybe a hoodie. So you can select the color from black to white. I'm going to stick with black, and I'll do the size. I'll just do a large, and I'm just going to add this to the cart. Cool, so now you can see it's in our cart over here, and we're just going to continue shopping. And I'll go back to the catalog, and I'll get a hat as well. Maybe I'll do the snapback hat. And I'm going to go with like this silver one here. So I'm just going to change the color to silver. And then I'm just going to add this to the cart. Cool, so now that's in my cart, and we've got 2 items in there. So I'm going to go to view cart. And then I'm just going to go to checkout. And then here is where we can enter in all of our information to buy it, as well as put in our discount code. So let's go ahead and try one of those discount codes. So I'm going to do maybe the 15 off discount code and just say apply. And you can see that that worked. It took off about $8, almost $9. And then I'm just going to put in my information here to buy it. And then just say continue to shipping. And then we've got the US flat rate, which is going to be $10 for both of these items. So we'll just say continue to payment. And then just put in the card number. And then just say pay now. Cool, your order is being processed. Cool, so now we've got this awesome thank you page with our order number on it as well as a customer. So that's really cool. So it looks like our payment went through and everything is working. So now let's move on to step number 9, which is to manage orders. So now that we've actually got an order on our site, let me show you how to manage all the orders that come through on your store. So we're going to go ahead and close out of this. And you can see here that underneath orders, we've got a little 1 symbol, which means we've got a new order. So I'm going to go ahead and click on orders. And you can see that order right here. So if you just go ahead and click on it, you can see that it says unfulfilled. So let's go ahead and click on it. And you can see what was actually in the order that says unfulfilled right now. So all you really want to do is just request fulfillment by clicking on this button. And then you can also notify your customer when their order is fulfilled by Printful. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that. And what you're doing right now is basically telling Printful, hey, this is a valid order that it has been paid. So now I want to send them the product. So we're just going to say send fulfillment request. And there we go. Now it says fulfillment in progress. And you can also leave a comment for you and your staff down here. So the customer is not going to see this, but you can leave a comment in here if you want to talk to the rest of your staff, but it's really not that necessary. But if you want to do it, it is there. And that's as simple as that. And you can filter through all of your orders up here, like your unfulfilled orders, all the unpaid ones, open orders, and closed orders. So the goal is to get as many of these orders fulfilled as possible. And if you do need to refund an order, you can just click on whatever order it is, and then you can just come up here to refund. But hopefully everybody likes your products and you won't have to do that very much. But you can also set it to where these orders are automatically fulfilled whenever a customer places the order. So you can just go down to settings and then just go over to checkout and then just scroll all the way to the bottom. And then you'll see order processing here. And you'll see right here it says after an order has been paid, it's automatically set to do not automatically fulfill any of the orders. And we want to change this to automatically fulfill the order's line items. And we can also notify the customers of the shipment, which we want to do. And then just go ahead and click on save. And now let's do a last minute checklist before you launch your store. So we're just going to go back over to home. And you may or you may not have this little notification that says that payments have been disabled because you need to put in your banking information. So whether you have it or not, you do need to put in your banking info so that Shopify can pay you. So to do that, just go down to settings and then just go over to payments. And then underneath Shopify payments, you just want to go over to complete account setup. And here's where you're going to want to put in all of your business details, all of your personal details, as well as your product details. And then down here, the most important part is your routing and account number for your bank so that you can get paid. And then after you do all that, you can just click on complete account setup. And then the last thing that we need to do is disable the password that's currently on our site. So before we actually bought our domain, Shopify automatically protects your site with a password because it's not technically live on a plan. But we did end up buying a plan and buying a domain. So now we want to make sure that anybody can access our site. So to do that, just click on Online Store. And then you should see a little notification here that says Online Store is password protected. So we're going to go ahead and click on Disable Password. And then right here underneath Password Protection, we're just going to uncheck the Enable Password. And you can also just delete this little password here. And then just click on Save. And now it says your online store is now live. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our store. We're just going to go click on the little eyeball symbol next to Online Store, which it now looks like our SSL is now working, so our website is safe and secure. We've got our new domain name. We've got our announcement at the top with a fully functional navigation menu up here. We've got our logo. We've got our different slides here that they can shuffle through and see some of our product. And we've got a beautiful looking website with a functional product section on it as well. Got an awesome banner and then our footer down here as well. All right, guys, if you found this video helpful, please smash that like button and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos on how to create professional websites from home or how to make money with websites. My channel is full of helpful videos like that. And feel free to check out Create a Pro Website on Instagram and TikTok for more quick tips, web design inspiration, and behind the scenes fun. All right, guys, I'm Dale. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.